I
Yes,
think we
sir.
are live for the We
Are
Love
we doing
Awards.
this?
I think so.
Okay. I think we're doing it. We have
I
not
think
done a live before on our Riverside software, so we're trying it here.
so. I think we have. But should we just start off with our first guess?
Of course. Let's do it.
All right. So we have that on the way here. Until then, 13 years. Oh my gosh.
I know. 13 years of the We Love Christian Music Awards. You know, we thought it would be fun just to come on tonight and do a little short nomination special, invite some guests, and see if we can do some early drops on some nominees. And yeah, there's no real huge agenda tonight. I know if we do get some people watching and they say hi, which you can do wherever you're watching. I think YouTube, we're trying to do Instagram. I don't know if we got Instagram working.
We're working on that here.
Facebook and all the things. And so, yeah, I think if you say hi, we're going to be doing some gift card giveaways, and of course, voting is now open early if you want to go do that.
Man alive. Well, what has been the highlight of 13 years so far?
I mean, besides this,
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously doing this here together.
well, we're trying to figure out all the things together. I'm trying to log into Facebook. It's asking me for codes and logins and passwords, and I'm losing my mind and all this stuff. Look, I think this is going to be one of the biggest years that we have ever had in the We Love Awards for a lot of different reasons. And every year I kind of sit down and I go, okay, is this going to be it? Are we going to do this again? And it just comes back to our internal passion of really wanting to celebrate everything that's new that has come out in the past year. And we actually are going back to our roots this year. We kind of pared it down the past 2 years, and now we're going to explode it by leaps and bounds. And so we're going to tell you all about that here as we continue. But you know, I think the biggest thing that excites me is just the ability to get back to what it has always been after paring it down. Now we're back to 22 categories. We're doing the full albums, and which I thought were going away. They're not going away.
Yeah. Nope.
So albums and songs and all the categories is going to be awesome. And then we've got an awards ceremony that we're going to talk about more here coming up. So very excited about all that.
Man, that is insane. And we have so many awesome partners. Should we do this here at the front?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we've got Dayspring, which they are our flagship sponsor.
Yes, Dayspring makes some awesome like cards and gifts, and they're going to be rolling out tomorrow. They're going to be rolling out e-cards, which we've never had before. So you can actually go send an e-card for your favorite artist. You can send that to any of your friends and family and invite them to link as well. So they're going to be an amazing sponsor of ours.
Yeah. And so who else? I've got to mention my friends Bellows.
Yes,
Yeah,
Bellows Audio. They're going to be helping us do the event in April. We've got Advanced Native Missions coming on board as well, and they do a lot of third world country kind of missionary work where you can sponsor the child, sponsor a village type of thing. So that's going to be really awesome. And then we also have Upward. And Upward is a Christian dating app, which, Jake, you and I are married. We don't need that. But there are a lot of people out there that need to find that significant other. And so we're excited to be partnering with Upward, and their parent company is Match.com.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I haven't had a need for a dating site in 20 years almost.
I hear it's horrific. The dating world. But I think, yes. I think Upward probably makes it a little bit easier, hopefully.
Yep. And then Franklin Productions, which, I mean, we can't have this live event without Frankland.
No. Frankland is in Nashville, Tennessee, and they're actually in Franklin, Tennessee, which is where we're having the event in April. The ceremony has looked a little bit different throughout the years, and this year it's gonna just look completely different than anything we've ever done before. Easily like 20, 30 times bigger than anything we've done.
Yep.
We're gonna have a room full of 1,000 people. It's gonna be an exciting event, and if you're in the area, I want to make sure you can go.
Well, Kevin, I think we have our first guest here. So
Excellent.
we should set this up. He was in a band called Stellar Cart for a long time. He's become a friend of mine, and about a year ago, well, let's let him in, Mr. Adam Agee.
What's up?
So
Adam, how goes it?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Thank you for taking some of your Sunday night out to hang with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man, we're just hanging out watching football. I just got done plunging a toilet, so living that dad life, you know.
That's the
Man, there's
pre-Thanksgiving plug up
Amazing.
or post
well, I was
Thanksgiving.
gonna say hopefully not pre.
Kids are incredible.
That's right. Was there any like Hot Wheels or
No foreign objects, so we're good.
no?
I'm not sure if that's better or worse, but
how-
anyway, we
how
love
old are your-
awards.
Yeah, how old are your kids,
Here
Adam?
we go.
Well, yeah. So your kids they're both teenagers at this point, if I remember right.
Not quite. My son's in 6th grade, and then my daughter is senior.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Well, Adam, we're here
award
talking.
nominated.
That's right. We're here talking about the We Love Awards.
Yeah.
This is our 13th awards cycle, and you guys are nominated for Group of the Year. And you got just a ton of music coming out, and that has come out and is coming out still. You got a whole part 2 of the Worldwide Revival coming. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. Don't ask me when, but it's coming out. But yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, I heard that both parts were coming in 2024, but it didn't look like that happened.
It's definitely not going to happen. I can tell you that. But it's only because we're just. I mean, we're pretty stoked with part 1, and just want to make sure that part 2 is exactly right, and it just takes time.
It's awesome. Well, want to say hi to Janice. She's watching from Michigan, and she's saying hi. If you're watching, say hi on whatever platform you're at. We can give you a shout back.
So, Adam, the Newsboys have had an awesome year out on the road all year, worldwide revival, and you guys did that as tongue twister on purpose. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. For all you guys. Sorry.
It's been an awesome year. What has this year had for you guys, both on the road and as you've heard some of the feedback that's come back from this album?
Yeah, it's been a really busy year. By the way, thank you so much for the nomination. It's really cool to be nominated, especially for Group of the Year. I think being in a band is its own special kind of love. It's a thing. There are a lot of solo artists out there, and they're awesome. But being in a band, especially in a band that's been around for so long, is really cool. And so to be nominated for an award, as Group of the Year, Band of the Year, I guess you could say, is really cool. It's a special thing. But we've had a really busy year. Anytime you release new music, it's been something that you're just on the road constantly. Newsboys are always on the road, which is great. I love it. Playing shows and visiting all of our friends all over the States and elsewhere. And then our album, we released a single, I think, in February, and then the album dropped in July, and we've been just in and out of the studio anytime we're home, trying to work on the rest of it. I remember when we started writing for this project, it was about 18 months ago. We started writing, and we probably wrote 50 songs for this project, and so
Wow.
you get to hear, the first little bit, and then there's just a lot more coming.
That's awesome. So you have some good company in Group of the Year category this year. It is fan voted, and you guys are known for your rowdy fans. They rally.
Good.
But you are against Skillet.
They have a great
Yes,
they have a great
fan base as well. So it's going to be now. Do you guys name your fans?
We have a few that have names, yes.
Not like physical names, not like
No,
it's
like
the group
like
of
the
fans.
panheads or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we've got our I think our like social media group is just called Newsboys Crew.
Okay.
But
yeah, we're gonna have to workshop that a little bit.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We can do better than that.
You got Elevation Worship along with you, which is just a really great worship group that's done quite a bit this year. Of course, you guys, Skillet, Unspoken, and We Are Messengers, and so 5 great artists there. Have you ever toured with any of those
Yeah,
bands before.
they're all amazing. That's really good company. We haven't toured much with Elevation Worship. We've done a few events with them, and it's just, I mean, you get to hear your favorite songs that you sing in church done by
Yeah.
the guys who wrote them. It's really cool. But yeah, we did a tour with We Are Messengers, and I love Darren and those guys. I love Chad and the Unspoken guys. We play golf sometimes, and he's a fierce competitor like I am, and so
Wow.
we've
Okay.
gone along for a long time. And yeah, we did a couple of festivals with Skillet earlier this year, and we were shocked by how many people in our meet and greet line were wearing Skillet t-shirts, and in their meet and greet line were wearing Newsboys shirts, and so it was
That's
really cool.
awesome.
It was a fun thing.
Yeah, that's way cool. A lot of I know the Christian music community is pretty small. And I know you're a Christian music fan too. You listen to a lot. You listen to a lot of music, and you have a lot of history, a lot of roots in
Yeah,
Christian music.
you stick around long enough and you get to know a lot of people. But
That's a true story.
yeah, I mean, I've been blessed to be able to kind of be in the music scene for, I guess, 25 years now. So
Yeah, yeah.
uh, I've seen a lot of bands and met a lot of great artists, and just got to be a part of a lot of amazing projects and on tour with, you know, killer artists, even before they hit it big, and it's really cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so you've been around for a while. Is it okay if we explore a couple of the other categories here with you while we got
Yeah,
you?
yeah. What do you
Okay,
got?
because we're just announcing these tonight
Oh,
with
cool.
you, and so I want to talk about new artist group of the year. And I'm curious. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Totally okay if you haven't heard any of these artists because they are new.
All right.
But the nominated artists are Aiden King, and he is with Hillsong, right? Jake, he's
Yep.
yeah, Hillsong Young and Free.
Awesome.
Yeah, so he's got a solo debut out. Bodie, which is a new artist. He's really great. Forrest Frank and Josiah Queen, two
Mm,
artists that are just kind of blowing things up, doing the
yeah.
independent thing. And then Seth Schleter. Am I pronouncing him right?
Yep. I think so.
Schleter.
I would never correct you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so those are the 5 artists. Any of those that you kind of want to go explore?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're living under a rock if you haven't kind of seen what Forrest Frank's doing, and even Josiah and some of the other guys with the social media stuff, it's a shift that we're seeing where things are driven through social media now, and stuff can blow up really quick in a great way for the next generation of artists. I think
Mhm.
they're able to get their music out, and it really is like what you guys are doing with the people, the fans voting. The fans are voting for that stuff,
Yeah.
and you can tell by how these videos are going viral. These songs are blowing up kind of in a grassroots style, and then all of us are playing catch up, trying to get on board and see like
Right.
what's going on with these guys. Why is it so cool? Why is everybody drawn to it so much? But I think the Christian music genre is in good hands moving forward, and I'm really actually stoked about all these new artists coming up, and excited to get to see them out on the road and work with them hopefully in the future, and just wish them all the best.
Yeah. Who does the social for Newsboys? Do you guys outsource that? You guys do that
We
on our own?
have a brilliant young woman. Her name's Sydney Wagner, and she does all of our social stuff. And
Awesome.
she's brilliant, and she is very smart. She's a huge Taylor Swift fan, so I think that probably helps.
Yeah,
I don't know how, but it probably does.
sure.
But she's
I
she's
don't know.
great.
Sid's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
So social is man, we continue to just try to figure out all the different ways that you got to be on all the different places, especially with something like this with We Love Awards and just currently trying to untangle, okay, we're on Facebook and X and Instagram and YouTube, and everything takes different sizes of media, and just trying to promote an event as big as this is monumental. And you guys got to do this all the time. And
Yeah,
so it's nice to have a
it's
girl.
yeah. Oh, well, yeah. She's
Yeah.
amazing, and she just kind of tells us what to do, and everybody, like, we're all old, right? The Newsboys guys, like, we're all like we're veterans, and we are a past generation of guys. Like, we're oldish as far as all this social media stuff goes. And so for me, it's been like I'm not a big social media guy, but you have to do it in order to connect with the fans now, and I think that's important. And we try to do our best, and it's been a learning curve, but I think we're all doing a lot better than we were a year ago. So
Yeah,
we're getting there.
that's awesome. Well, before we got to let you go, Jake, do you want to go through the male and female artists of the year?
Yes. So the male and female artist of the year.
I put you on the spot.
Yeah, I don't have the list. I thought you were doing this.
Oh.
Well, how about we do this? Because I know Adam has to go for a minute. I want to share my favorite story this year from the Newsboys
awesome.
story.
Okay.
Oh.
So it was at Lifelight. So there's a major festival at in South Dakota, Sioux Falls. Lifelight's been going on forever and a day. Flew up there just to see Newsboys because they don't like Fort Worth until after I booked the tickets. Then they like Fort Worth. So I had to go up there first. So I walk up behind Adam. He had no idea I was coming. Come up behind him and say, "Hey, do you have your pass?" Like, because they didn't have a pass hanging or anything. So Adam's hearing this behind him, and he's about ready to turn around. Like, okay, I need to school somebody here. I need to take care of the situation. And he looks at us like, "Ah, get out of here."
It's not true. I was gonna handle it in a very calm and humble manner, Jake. Okay.
Hey, this is my story.
You got to watch Jake. Extra security.
But, no, going back to the fans, it was amazing to see. This was a festival. It was Labor Day weekend even, and all the fans that came out to support Newsboys. It was a packed house. There's 5,000 people in this.
Yeah, at least there's as many as you could fit in that park. It was awesome.
Wow. Yeah.
So it was just amazing to see all the fans that were there just singing along to every word to every song. It was a pretty incredible time up there.
Yeah.
Super cool. Well, Adam, thanks for joining us. Hopefully you don't have to go back to unplugging toilets. I
think I got it all sorted. That was
excellent.
I think
that's
I'm
good.
Free for the rest of the evening, so that's good.
That's good. Until the
thank
next
you guys.
Sir.
Thanks for having me on, and I love you guys. We love awards. So thanks to all the fans, and thanks for nominating us. We appreciate it.
You bet. Adam of the Newsboys, nominated for Group of the Year. Thanks for joining us here tonight.
All right. Cheers, guys. See ya.
Take care. Well, Jake, let's talk about female and male artists of the year. I've got the printout here, and we want to hit those real quick. If you're just joining us, we're just going to be live for probably another, 60 minutes or so, just shooting the breeze, talking about the nominees as we just now announced them. Voting is going to be open for 8 weeks. And so we've got a lot going on. And let's start with female artist of the year. We've got 5 nominees there. Anike, she used to be called Wande, and she changed her name. She's on Reach Records, so she got nominated alongside CeCe Winans, which is legacy artist, worship artist, just kind of finding her third, fourth wave.
But Hannah amazing powerhouse.
Yes, I know, incredible. And she's actually nominated 5 different times, which is pretty awesome for her. Hannah Kerr. She's a newer artist on Curb Word, but she's been around for a little bit, doing the independent thing, and now she's with Curb Word. That's one of her 3 nominations for Female Artist of the Year. And then Liana Crawford. Liana is nominated 3 times as well, for Female Artist of the Year. And then the 5th nominee for Female Artist is Tarian, who's like having the all-time best year of her career. And there was some news about Tarian here recently.
Yep. She is hopping off the bus with Toby Mac, but still on Hits Deep. She's still a part of the Goatee label, still going to be very heavily involved around Toby Mac. But, she's officially branching out into just Tarian.
Yeah, which is awesome. And I think she is now, she's got to be like the 3rd like Goatee backup singer that's kind of branched off. You had Holland, and before that you had Jamie Grace, but I don't think Jamie was part of the diverse band. One of them was she?
I don't think either one of those two. You're thinking Holland of Nerva, was she?
Yeah.
Then I missed something there.
She toured with Toby a lot. I don't know if she was officially part of the band, but she certainly was like backup for Toby for years. But yeah, I think you're right. Jamie Grace was not. Yeah. And so we're going to have to find like the next Goatee female artist out there.
Yeah. And I could put my plug in for the Renee sisters, but
Oh yeah,
they're coming out swinging as well.
awesome. Jake, I don't know if we're watching. I'm trying to log in to watch all the socials because we were supposed to have all the comments kind of conglomerated together, and it is not working. Which means we're having to kind of watch a whole bunch of different socials. I don't know if you're doing that. I'm trying to log in as we go. Okay, so male artist of the year. Let's do male artist, and then do we have our next guest?
Not yet.
Not yet. So male artist of the year. We're talking about nominees for the 13th annual We Love Christian Music Awards, which are open now. You can go vote a little bit early at weloveawards.com. That's where you can go vote. And Jake, a really cool thing this year, when you vote, we've always given away really cool prizes like Nintendo Switch and boom boxes. Is that
I
a
haven't
thing?
gotten any. I assume that we've gotten them.
Yes, we have. Headphones. I think I gave away one of those Stanley cups that people are like killing each other over in the stores for, and all those kind of, I don't really get that, but whatever.
I think we're the wrong gender for that, but different story.
Right. It's like, it's just a cup. There's literally a whole row of cups just like this that will hold your liquid just as fine. But we gave one of those away, and some gift cards, some other things. This year, however, we're kind of upping the ante a little bit. We're going to give someone who votes and their friend an all expenses paid trip to Nashville to come to the award show in April. It includes 2 VIP tickets. It includes your airfare and hotel and car rental, and the whole thing is like a $2,000 package. Never given anything like this away before. And so that's going to go to someone who votes here in the next 8 weeks in the We Love Awards, which would be super cool. Because we know there's going to be a lot of people all across the U.S. and the world, really, that vote that aren't going to be able to come to Nashville for our show. So this is kind of an opportunity for you to get there.
It's going to be a good time. I mean, am I eligible for this, or
No.
do employees? No, we're
there's actually
somebody else is going to be blessed with it, so yeah. I guess I'm happy. Okay.
There's actually like a whole thing, like rules and regulations and all that, and I explicitly put in there that Jake cannot win anything. Sorry.
Well, I can't say my streak's ended because I haven't had a streak, so I guess I'll find some way to sneak in the back door or something.
All right. So let's talk about male artist of the year. These categories are always fun because we get to take all the genres and just kind of smash them all together and see who kind of comes out on top. And so personally, one of my favorites this year was Brandon Heath. And Brandon got 5 nominations this year. That is second to Forrest Frank. And so he is not nominated. Because he's nominated literally everywhere else. So he's nominated in everything but male artist of the year, it feels like. So Brandon Heath got a nom. Holvey, who is a rap artist on Reach Records. Jordan Feliz, one of your good buddies over at Centricity Music. Josiah Queen, who again he's got 5 nominations this year as well. Huge breakout year for him. And Matthew West, who he won like BMI Songwriter Award this year, and it continues to just write amazing music that's connecting with a lot of audience. And so those are your 5 nominees for Male Artist of the Year. What do you think, Jake?
Man, it's a stacked category. I mean, how do we choose just 5? I mean, we've had so many good artists. I mean, Brandon Heath, just saw it once again. He's had some major stay power, and I think that's a testament to his songwriting, his artistry, and just the connection that he has. I remember he was on the Mac Powell and Friends tour with Rhett Walker and Jordan St. Cyr last year, and obviously Mac Powell. But,
right, yeah.
The time there's a mother and a daughter that had messaged him before the show and was telling him that it was the daughter. One of his songs was one of the daughter's, I guess, comfort song, bedtime song, something like that.
Okay.
So Brandon connected with them, and he took them backstage into the green room, which is a choir room of this church that we're in. and just did a little private concert of that song for that girl. And another song that he was like, "Hey, you guys should hear this." And so he just took him back, and I mean, he made a fan for life with that experience there.
Nice.
Just that connection there.
That's really cool. It's fun that I mean, Jake, you've had a really cool opportunity to spend a lot of time around a lot of artists these past couple of years. And it's just fun to really be able to see behind the scenes just these artists who are genuine. I mean, they're just genuine.
Absolutely.
And
going back to my buddy Jordan Felice, I mean, he was at a show. There's a truck driver or bus driver that was on the verge of divorce. Like the court date was literally set for the same day that they left for tour, and just being on tour with these guys, he gave his life to Christ and started the process of restoring that marriage. And Jordan was more stoked about that than the fun show that he had. Like, he was more fired up after the concert for that than walking off stage and having fun doing the music stuff. You know,
yeah,
like
I mean,
the genuineness of this.
Yeah. No, I think sorry, I'm hitting play as I kind of go to all these places with comments. And if you're watching, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, maybe you're on, we didn't, it looks like we didn't get up to Instagram. No,
Instagram doesn't like us for some reason.
All right. Instagram is lame. We're just officially making that call right now. They're lame. So but we are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, and we're on X as well. And so if you want to leave a comment on any of those, we're trying to watch them, and we'll see if we can shout out and say hi. So I mean, you're just able to go see a lot of concerts and see how these people are genuine, and it is about the ministry. It's one of the things that I try to remember as we do this. I mean, there's just so much work involved on putting this thing together. And at the end of the day, I really want you to discover music. I really want you to be able to connect with some new artists that maybe you haven't heard of before. And if that happens, if this music impacts your life, then that's why we're doing what we're doing. And I'm sure, like Jordan, like any of this, like any of maybe even your work, you know, if you're watching right now, the work that you do, wherever, it's so easy to get lost in that and to not keep that kingdom mind focus in front. So when you have a story like that you just shared, Jake, when you have a story of someone just coming to Christ through music, that's a celebration, and it's a good reminder of why all of these artists and all of us here at New Release today, write music, and then we honor it and bring some visibility to it as well.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, we can't go through this much more without just the oomph that Josiah and Hovey have brought as well. I mean, Josiah, another indie artist that has just taken everything by storm. You know, I've been able to see kind of his journey with through his producer Jared Mark. Used to be on the road with Austin French, but just seeing the journey that he's had through these indie works and the work that he's put in. I mean, it's so fun to see. It's a lot more the younger demographic, but just how he's connecting as an indie artist and the shows that he's at, seeing the connections that are coming through, and then like I said, same thing with Holvey. I mean, he's a Reach record artist, and just seeing what he's doing is pretty incredible through that CHH. It's a little bit different of a sound than you think of from the CHH side, but he's still just absolutely taking it by storm. And like I said, there's just so many good male artists out. I mean, these 5 are just a small snippet of what's been happening this year in Christian music.
Yeah, very cool. We do have another guest coming here soon. Any word yet?
Almost.
Okay, no worries. Yeah. Jane is watching on Facebook, and she goes, "That's what it's all about, leading people to Christ." Yeah.
So I'm hearing from our guest, the Panthers game went into overtime, so he's on the way. I mean, it is football Sunday.
This poor guy. We're gonna make him sit here with us 2 doofuses while his team is in overtime.
Well, we might have to postpone that for just a second make way for the Panthers.
We'll hit our other guest up and see if she can pop in here. I don't know if she's available. And we'll talk. We'll just kind of swing by. I want to talk a little bit about what's coming up here in April. If you're familiar with the We Love Christian Music Awards at all, I'll just blab, Jake, until I get your okay. If you're familiar with the We Love Christian Music Awards at all, then you kind of know what's coming. We start tonight. Voting is open now at weloveawards.com. That's weloveawards.com. You go vote in 22 categories. That is a lot, and it does take a minute. But I think you're going to discover something by the end. So give yourself a good 15, 20 minutes and dive in. And then once you get to know, you can just vote over and over and over again for all your favorites. You can vote as many times as you want. Make sure to leave your name and email because that'll sign you up for the free trip to Nashville, as well as a bunch of other stuff that we're doing. And in April, it's culminating in something a little different. We are having a live ceremony in a 1,000-seat room in Franklin, Tennessee. Full production. We're going to have about 12 to 14 bands there and artists there performing for you. We are going to have a CCM legend hosting, and I can't not never announce yet. We can't do it yet. We're about 95% there, which is why we can't announce.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be good. I'd say legend is good. Is a good call.
Yes. Yeah. Right. I mean, here's the deal with something like this. This isn't a concert. This isn't where you just sit there. This is where you get to participate and hang with the artists. We have VIP tickets so you can sit and you're going to be surrounded by artists. You're going to be right up there in the front, surrounded by artists. There's going to be a whole red carpet. We're going to have like a post ceremony. And there's just going to be, and then we're inviting you in. Now, if you can't get to Nashville, no worries. We will have the live ceremony either streamed or you can buy a ticket for live streaming. We don't know yet. We're still working on those details. But if you can make it to Nashville, if you're anywhere near the area, I would love to have you in the room to just celebrate with us. I mean, this has been the culmination, Jake, of like 13 years coming up to this moment here in April as we just celebrate the nominees and the winners. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
And the Factor at Franklin, where this is going to be held, is just an incredible place. I mean, it's where it's become a staple of that Franklin area with a lot of the Christian artists that are down there. I've been there. The Honest Coffee Roasters that are there all the time. Every time I'm there, they make a stop there. There's Taco Center, just all the little crafts places.
Where you have to go to what is it? Five Daughters Bakery.
Not sure.
Oh,
I've never been there like in a bakery.
This is life changing. Get this. Okay, they put together 100 layer donuts.
That's too many. But
it takes them like 2-3 days to make these things. It's just 100 layers of the thinnest pastry ever, and they just stack it on top of each. It's kind of like a laser printer, or what is that kind of 3D printer for donuts. And it's changed your life. Amazing. Change your life.
In April. We'll find this in April. But before that happens, we have our next guest who his song Made for More has just absolutely been taking everything by storm. So let's bring in Mr. Josh Baldwin, a Panthers fan.
Wow. Josh, welcome.
Hey.
I apologize. We are interrupting your game.
Oh, it's fine. We just lost.
Never mind.
I think we just lost. Let me just make sure. Yeah.
Yes. Don't.
They just. I think it's over. We had hopes. Here's the thing. There's not many. We haven't had many chances like this to actually be watching football, and your team might have a chance to win. So, it's like.
How long have you been a Panthers fan?
Well, I was born in Charlotte, so
so this is a big deal for you tonight.
Since their inception in 1994, 95, yeah.
Yes.
So I was born right outside of Charlotte.
All right, I liked them all the times except when Cam was QB. Then
Yeah, I had a love-hate relationship with Cam. I like.
Don't we all?
It was awesome that one year when we were beating everybody, but then he finished out the year just not awesome. So,
well,
Josh, thank you for taking
awards.
Go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
Sorry, I tried to elbow Kevin out for that one. I was just going to say, can we cheer you up? Tim
yeah.
was doing the formal side of it. I was trying to be the uplifting side of cheer you up with the We Love Award nomination.
No, that's a good thing. I needed this. I needed to come on and not talk about sports and like let's talk about this. This is better. So
Oh, okay. Then I'll get rid of all
This
these
is
questions.
uplifting.
Then. Jake, you go ahead. I just
Oh
have some
no,
questions.
you can. I mean, I would rather talk about sports. Honestly, let's be real.
No, we are here, the 13th annual We Love Christian Music Awards, Josh. And again, thank you for taking some of your Sunday night to kind of hang out with us. And you captured a couple nominations with us this year. So we've got both the album and the song nominated. Made for More has been kind of a good little moment for you right now.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, very honored. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's been crazy. I think, yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. I'm still reeling about the pain. No, it's been, no, it's been a pretty amazing year, and it's not even been a year since the album's been out, so it's been a crazy, just, gosh, what, 10 months, something like that. But so nuts.
Did you write this with Jen or just perform it?
No, Jen. We just asked Jen to asked Jen to come sing it with. I wrote it with a few friends of mine, and we were at just like a writing camp for it was Capital had doing the label that I'm not on, this label Capital. They were doing a writing camp for church. They literally called it church camp, and they were just like, let's pull away for a few days and just write. So it had a ton of writers and worship leaders and everything. Passion guys were there, and it was just the sole premise to just write songs for our churches. And they asked me to come, and I literally first I said no. It was right around when I was home for a few days in between some different things, and I was just like, I really need to stay home. And because it wasn't near home, it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. They're trying to do a retreat, so I initially said no, and then I looked at it and I was like, well, I can go for like a day, and then I'll drive home. And I went that day, and we wrote "Made for More," and
wow,
yeah, it was crazy, and that was 2 years ago. That's been 2.5 years ago. So,
well, I bet you'll go every year now.
I'll go every year. I'll do it. I'll say yes to it all the time now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the Jen came and got involved when I led it at Bethel, at our Bethel worship school, Bethel Music Worship School, like a year or so ago. And it was right around, Jen was speaking a message that day, and it kind of had tied into even the theme of Made for More. And I just said something to her that day. I was like, if I record this, like I was kind of joking around. I was like, if I record it and I'll do it live, like you should just sing on it with me. That would be awesome, because it's kind of like part of like your message that you're speaking. And she was like, yeah, of course. And so, that was just kind of threw it in the air. I think we were walking upstairs to catering that, just like a random said something. And then 6 months later, we were recording the live album, and I was like, I'm going to text her and see if she remembers me asking. And like, she was like, yes, let's do it. So she came here. We recorded it at my church here in Franklin, Tennessee. And so, that's how Jen got involved. And it was really awesome because now she's very much a part of it. And it just, it's been really special. So
it's awesome. The Made for More album is pretty special, and the whole album is nominated. Another song that's really kind of taken off is "Thank You, Jesus."
Yeah.
Beyond those two, is there a deep cut you're just really wanting people to discover, kind of at this Made for More level that hasn't quite taken off yet?
Yeah. Well, I would say the one song that I did that's a cover song, "I Speak Jesus," but I think we all know that one. There's a song on there called "Prince of Peace" that is probably my favorite song on the album, because I wrote it for my wife, and she just was going through, at the time that I wrote it, and throughout the last 4 or 5 years, off and on, she's battled anxiety and panic attacks here and there, and it's come and gone in waves, and which fairly common for most people, especially in the last 4 years. It just feels like that's been how the enemy's hit us. And but when I wrote this song was when she was going through probably her biggest bout of that in the last 4 years, and it was just this prayer that was just kind of this vulnerable thing, just crying out to the Lord, this is what I'm going through, and I've seen you be all these people, I've seen you be my savior, my healer, my defense, but right now I want you to be my Prince of Peace. And it's kind of a callback to that old Rich Mullins song, Hold Me Jesus. And I really just thought, I just kind of thought it would be a song for her. I didn't think it would be on this album. Because this album was like a live worship album, and I was like, this song's not necessarily like a live worship, it's not like a song you're going to sing on a Sunday morning at church, and so it wasn't going to be on there. And then throughout the year after writing that, we had seen a lot of breakthrough, just with what was going on with her, and we were talking about it together, and she was like, I feel like you need to do this song because people need to sing it. And then even that night, during the recording, she came up, told her testimony. We had like some ministry time and just went after healing and with people dealing with anxiety and all that. And so it was this whole moment. So that song, is just probably the most special song to me on there, even more so than Made for More in a lot of ways, just because of just the personal meaning with my wife and I. So that's the deep cut. Yeah.
So we've got to talk about being a sports fan, wanting to talk a little sports. We got to do a little bit of trash talking here. Okay, maybe not trash talking, but let's look at who else you're going up against for the worship song of the year. You got CeCe Winans and That's My King. You got Elevation Rhythm featuring Gracie Binion, which is Goodbye Yesterday. Mac Brock, Bless the Lord, and Tasha Layton and Chris Brown's Worship Through It. So
nice. These are for the song. This is for song. Yes. Okay.
That's for worship. On the album, Good Company with CeCe again. So her album More Than This. Yep, she's
that's having a year. Actually, well, not just her. Kyle Lee's having a year because Kyle Lee, my good friend, he produced Made for More and he produced CeCe's album. So
oh wow, there you go.
He gets to win either way. If I win, if I win or CeCe wins, Kyle wins.
Benjamin Williams Hastings. Charity Gale and Mac Brock.
Wow, Charity Gale, another album that Kyle Lee produced.
Oh, there you go. We need to have an interview with him.
I know. You should be interviewing Kyle right now.
Yeah. He's probably watching football too. No, we've got.
He might be.
So a lot of really just amazing worship, and I think that's what's cool about the We Love Awards is we get a lot of artists together, and we. There is a winner here, but our heart with the We Love Awards is to really introduce people to more music, because I think, worship does have a lot of avenues that some of the other genres don't necessarily have. But even artists like Charity Gale, I mean, she's doing some great stuff, but a lot of people still don't know her, even though she's like rocking it. She's kind of that soft, that soft giant in the room.
Yeah, totally.
And then you with your song, I think people are going to recognize your songs, and they're able to kind of put the face and the artist's name together with those songs that they are singing, Sunday morning and listening on Air One and all those things. So we're just really excited that you're a part of it, and now it's up to your fans. So you got to let your fans know. You got a couple in the chat right now. They're all voting for you right now. So
I mean. That I'm very honored, and then I know, if you're in a category with CeCe, just good luck, because the fans, she is beloved, rightly so. She's the queen, but I know it's I love that. I love being a worship leader, writing worship songs is what I've always wanted to do, what I've always felt like I was called to do, and all the other stuff is extra and cool and awesome, and I love
now it. You were from the Franklin area, correct?
I'm from North Carolina, from Charlotte area, but I live in Franklin, Tennessee now. I live in Thompson Station, a little town here.
Okay, we heard you're going to be on the road when we do our event there in Franklin on April 8th, which is ridiculous. Cancel your tour.
That's the one. I'm doing a 2-week. Made for More tour, and it's right when you guys
are. That's all right.
Yeah, they sent me the dates. I was like, that's like right in my tour because we had just texted, and I was like, yeah, I think I can. And then they were like, you actually can't do that.
No,
I was like,
can't.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
It's all good. You just got to do like the Trump thing. Are we able to say his name?
Yeah.
Where you're like,
sure, say
four events a night, and just
I know. Well, if I
jet back.
If I had my own jet, that'd be all right.
Oh yeah, you do need that. Okay,
get him to fly me around.
We'll figure out something. One of the things that so we are bringing the event to Franklin for the first time. We haven't done an event. I'm familiar with Franklin, and have you been able to perform at the factory at all?
I have done. I know the venue. You're going to be at where at in the factory?
Liberty Hall.
Liberty Hall. Yeah. Our church, the church that I actually did Made for More live album in, we meet down the road from my house here in Thompson Station. But for Easter last year, we met at Liberty Hall in the factory.
Oh, cool.
And I led worship with Dustin Smith, our pastor, who wrote "I Speak Jesus."
Yeah.
Just to pull it all back around, just tying it all back in. So I have done something there, and it was really sweet. It's a good place. It's just very cozy.
We're way excited, and we'll honor you well, whether you're there or not. You don't have a choice. One of the things that we do at the We Love Awards, especially with the worship categories, that I personally love, is we typically take one or two of the categories and we do like a medley. And so some other artist does a live performance and does a medley of all the nominated songs.
That's so cool. Yeah.
And it turns into a moment. I mean, it's like, it's like the worship hits of the year all in 5 minutes. So it's a lot of fun. So I'm sure you'll be represented well in that.
That's a lot of pressure on that artist too. Well, you're going to ask me to do that, were you?
No. No, you would have had your own slot. You would have had like a 15-minute slot. You would have taken up a quarter of the show and
taken up an offering and just done it all.
But now you can't do any of it. So sorry.
Gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Who are you touring with? You just going out on your own, or do you know yet?
I'm going out. It's my first like fully just me headline tour, but it's also. Taking out a buddy, Chris Ekus is coming out and going to open with me. But it's just me.
I haven't heard that name. Have you, Jake?
Not yet.
Yeah, he's new, up and comer. Lives in Mississippi. I should know where he lives. Mississippi.
Okay.
But he's
How do you spell his last name?
Ekiss.
Okay.
Chris Ekus. I met him through David Leonard, and he's a part of like Essential Worship and those guys. And he's a worship pastor and just really great guy.
No, that's cool. Well, congrats on the first headline.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, there's go ahead, Jake. Yeah.
Where are we heading with that? I'll let you.
Nope, I was closing.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. So, Josh, one of the things that we've been doing tonight is closing with some of the experiences that we've had, and I want to see if you remember this. When we finally got to catch up in person, Cleburne, Texas, when you're out on what I call the PB&J tour with Pat Barrett and your acoustic nights. And it was a stormy night, a Texas storm in Cleburne, Texas.
Yes. Is that where the power went off?
Yes. Yep. So you guys were unplugging your guitars anyway to go down into the crowd.
Yeah.
And the power went out and you guys were like, the heck with it. We're just doing this. We're doing it anyway. And everybody brought out their flashlights. And I was up top taking pictures of it from there, from the.
That's right. Point. Yeah, I remember that.
The thing that really just caught me off guard was I couldn't hear you or Pat at that moment because the whole crowd was singing so loud. Like I audibly said, "Wow!" and the people next to me were looking at me like, "What's going on?" But just the crowd, the people that were there, there's a couple 300 people there.
Yeah.
And just all those voices together. The power was out, no sound system, no nothing. And just the worship that came from that crowd was just absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, I remember that night. That was really special. It was cool because every night we would do that, and we would go out into the crowd and not have a sound system and just end the night singing together, singing Good Father thing. And well, this is funny. We would sing Good Father and then do Great Are You Lord, I think, or at least the chorus. And then yeah, that night the power went, so it was dark and everybody just turned on their iPhones. But like, so the fun, I just got off like a couple weeks ago, tour with my buddy David Leonard, and every night we would do Made for More and then Great Are You Lord, which is his song. And the last night, one of the last nights of tour, the power went off like again, like, but actually not the power. We just tripped a breaker and the whole sound system just shut down on Great Are You Lord, which we weren't doing that thing where we went out in the crowd. We're playing it full on and it's big and the power just on the bridge, all the earth gone. And so I'm looking at him and I'm like the only one playing acoustic. So then it's like, well, it's just me. So we walk out to the front of the stage just like that. And David was like, all right, let's just finish. And so same thing. We just ended the night, just the voices. And then we just, had to yell, good night, everybody, all that. But like, those moments are so sweet because it just forces you to like, oh, this is not about you. This is about all of us coming together and worshiping as a corporate body. And so, yeah, such a sweet night.
That happened at a Seventh Day Slumber concert that I was at last month, which is a rock act, and they're nominated a couple times now too. They don't have the ability to transition as well.
Yeah, that would be
set like a worship artist does. And so it was just like full stop, awkward for like 10 minutes, and then we were back at it.
I'm very blessed to like what my style of music lends itself to like if it shuts down. Yeah. Here's the thing, when I told David, I was like, when the end times come, we don't have power. We are gonna all be looking back at us worship leaders with the acoustic guitars. It's like, what are you gonna do then?
Yep, true story. Yeah. Well, Josh, thanks for carving out some space for us here tonight. I know it's a family night, and we'll let you go back to your morning.
Yeah,
morning, M-O-U-R.
Yeah, M-O-U-R.
Yep. Yeah, and good luck in the We Love Awards, and thanks for making great music that we can celebrate and worship to.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me. And this was a good transition. This will help me finish the night in a better mood.
Excellent.
So, thank you guys.
Appreciate it, Josh.
See y'all. Thanks.
All right. That was Josh Baldwin joining us. Great guy. I have never talked to him before.
Really? No. It's always been fun to, with a podcast episode or like I said, getting to see him at that show or just super good dude.
Yeah, he seems very approachable, very just real, good guy. And he's new to We Love Awards. We haven't nominated him before.
How haven't you nominated him before?
I don't know. I'm sure he's been part of like a Bethel nomination. But
yeah, but still, dude, still.
Right, I know. It's I mean, he's kind of newer. I mean, he's just now going out on his first headlining tour, and so I'm trying to look at his music right now. I know he had that one with his hat. He had the hat cover. I'm trying to find it right now. It's Where the Glory Is. That was one of his albums. Evidence. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yep.
So this is he's been out for a while. This is sixth album. So. But he's coming out with 2 nominations. So there you go. We got one more guest tonight. And thanks for lining all these guests up. If you're joining us, my name's Kevin. I'm hanging out with Jake, and we're part of the New Release Today crew coming at you, just celebrating the launch of the We Love Christian Music Awards. So nothing too fancy tonight. But we just got
too excited. We just had to get it out there. We couldn't wait.
I know, we can't wait. I mean, it's just way too much to launch at once. You can't have a button and have it go like 50 different places. So I kind of gotta burp it out. Is that a good visual?
Yeah, I'm sold. That's exactly what I was looking for.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh gosh, Kevin.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
Well, let's head to our guest because this is getting out of hand. So this is a returning We Love guest.
Right. Yes.
She actually was a winner 2 years ago, I think.
3.
Has it been 3 already?
It was their 10th. So yeah, 2.5. Yeah.
How's it bad? Anyway, she was an award-winning for the Next Big Thing award, and her and I love the same style. We're both pop punkers. It's amazing. Let's bring in Grace Graber. And there's Grace.
Hello, there she is. Hi.
How's it going?
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
We can.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear us okay?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Excellent.
absolutely.
Thanks, Grace, for joining us. You're kind of like a huge part of NRT. I just feel like you're on staff. You are around us all the time, and we are around you. We love what you do, and thanks for always carving out some time and space for us. We appreciate
Oh my
it.
gosh, no, you guys have supported me from literally the beginning. I think your writer Grace and I connected on Instagram before I even started my music career, and then I've like grown up in NRT. So
And I remember that first podcast. It was,
I
man, it seems like it was
know!
like 8 million years ago, but still.
I know so much has happened since then. Remember when I would jokingly go, "Oh yeah, if me and Jason ever collabed," and then we did, and I know I feel like I've grown up with you guys, and it's only been a couple of years.
Yeah. And you got a new album out this year, and it has been nominated. Now here's the deal: a little inside conversation that we had. We couldn't figure out really what category to put it in. And so I hope we did you justice. I hope we did it good. It is in the Hook Award, which is Pop Album of the Year. I think it still would have fit in kind of rock alternative.
Yeah.
But then I'm also a little gun shy because, man, that rock crowd, those rock fans get a little like testy if they don't agree with your picks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm a part. I'm halfway in, halfway not. Like I'm still too rock and roll for like the main stage, and I'm not rock enough for the rock stage. So I mean, like even booking shows, even which is kind of flattering if you think about it. That means there's not a lot of other people in my space, which is kind of the goal. So, but I consider myself a pop punk princess. So I feel like the pop kind of that sparkles a little bit more.
Absolutely. Now
we got it half right.
And I thought I saw Joseph O'Brien playing keys in your video. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So Joseph produced Grace of God.
Okay.
He wrote it with me as well. We on my birthday, like, oh my gosh, not this year, but the year before, we went to Apple Music, and I was like, what I want to do for my birthday is write with you. And we wrote Grace of God and also Greater back to back at Apple. And he was like in love with the song so much he produced it, and then if you listen carefully, it's all his vocals in the background, and then we put him in the music video as like a little cameo.
Oh, that wasn't part of like the initial contract. Like, I'll do all this, but I'm going in the music video.
No, the initial contract was, would you like to feature? And okay. It was a politely, no, I don't usually do that. No, but I love Joe. Like Joe is, I think what's really cool about Joe is he went to college with Blake Cross, who produced the whole album. And all of those boys from Liberty University, my mixing guy is from Liberty, my guitarist Ross, who writes all the guitar riffs, he actually lives with Joseph. So they all are these boys who just, I'm just one girl surrounded by all these guys who believe in the sound and believe in what I'm doing. And that song was really special. So yes, he is very much a part of it.
Well, you do talk about you're just one girl. I mean, I do feel like this year there are not a lot of female artists that are really kind of like standing out. You're one of the few, and I know I kind of have that reaction as well. I mean, we really try to comb deep and wide, but Christian music ebbs and flows, and just as much as genres, I do think the male female thing is just kind of one of the things that, for me personally, always feels way off balance. I just want to see a lot more female artists. And so I know there's a lot of younger females who are really gravitating towards you and your music, of giving them permission to, like, okay, yes, make music, and then be on fire for God, and have a lot of fun doing it. And I think that's what you're giving a lot of hope to. And I just want to see the fruit of that. I want us to be hanging out for 10, 15 years, where we can have the new female artist going, oh, I grew up with Grace Graber.
Oh my I literally,
awesome.
that's what I want. Well, like for me too, like when I grew up, like I had Britt Nicole, but like I only had the pop. I didn't have any of the female. I mean, I can't Flyleaf, but for me they were too dark.
Yeah.
Like, and Paramore at the time was too dark too. Like I didn't have that.
Super Chick?
No, they were too rap. Like it was
right.
just, it wasn't like, there was no Hawk Nelson-y sounding, Waverly sounding, like no female artists that were just like straight, just very vanilla rock.
Sure.
Like not like Rocky Road or like some sort of spunk. Like it just, there was no, like, and my parents didn't let me listen to like secular music growing up, so I only had the boys, and so I feel like that's why a lot of my heroes are guys, because I didn't. I mean, I had Britt Nicole. I'll definitely give her the credit, but
Sure.
But like even
I'm trying to think if there's other artists. Like I know Plum was kind of in that space for a little bit.
A little too dark, a little too like when I think of like her music, I think purple, you know, like, and I was a pink girl, like I wasn't purple, like, you know, like I think colors, but even just recently connecting with Magdalene Rose, her and I have become so close because we are the only females like in the space of rock and like there are some, but they're like older, more far along, like there's no fresh, we're trying to make it. And so we've really bonded and just created like a girlfriend relationship where it's just like we are celebrating each other's wins. We're different enough to be like there's no comparison, but we're similar enough to be like, oh my gosh, girl, I get you. I get it, you know?
Yeah. No, and I think you're right. And Jake, looking over some of the nominees of kind of our We Love Awards this year, I think Hannah Barr is kind of, I don't know if you've heard of her.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, but she's kind of in that pop range, and she's young, you know, and so might want to check her out. But really, I mean, you're right.
Amanda Nolan, like her and I have become really close. But she's still like in the CCM, like or like the country realm.
Tarian's taken off.
Tarian's amazing, and she should. She's been in the background in Toby Mac's band for years.
Sure,
like,
right? Yeah,
she deserves to be highlighted after all the work she's put in, and as well as I know her photographer Emma, and like I know how much work they all put in. Like they're hard deserving people, you know. I feel like we're gonna have a lot more coming up. Claire Leslie is like one that I always gravitate towards, like content wise. She's just so fun.
Yeah, I think is she the new artist on Capitol? She's on.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, she's just
okay. She has like 3 or 4 singles out right now.
Yeah, Joseph showed me some of her songs when we're working on some more stuff, and he showed me some of her newer stuff, and it's just phenomenal. And I'm trying to think of who else, but like female. I mean, we're here. I feel like it was oversaturated for a while, but more in the CCM space, and so females have been kind of grouped into this, like, this is what you sound like as a female artist.
Yeah.
Natalie Lane has blown me away because she still has that CCM sound, like she can make it on Christian radio, but it's still jazzy enough to add some personality. But yeah.
It's awesome. Well, you're in good company, just with good music all across the board.
Yeah.
And so the Hook Award Pop Album of the Year, we're talking about the different nominees in your category, kind of announcing them for the first time tonight. And have you seen? Have you seen? Yes. Okay.
When I saw who I was nominated up against, I thought
it's nobody.
There's no way. Like there's no way you can compare that album and that album, and you know, I grew up going to Jordan Felice's concerts as a kid when he was in a band called The Current Affair, and his hair was all the way to his hips, and he was living out of a van. You know, like it's just crazy to think like there's a group of people out there who would even like consider that my album as good as quality as Forrest Frank's or Tarian's, or like to think like that was the biggest compliment for me and Blake, like because immediately I called Blake because he he's the other half of this. Like, I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for him. And so I called Blake, and Blake's like, it's just, we just feel so like honored and seen. And like, we put a lot of effort into this album. By no means did I think the breakthrough was going to be the breakthrough, you know, but it's been kind of really cool to see the growth and the doors, and it's just been really, really stunning to witness something so full circle. Yeah.
Well, I think that's one of the cool things about the We Love Awards, and is that we do get to celebrate artists from all different corners at all different levels together. And we're very intentional about that. I think it'd be very easy to just do another K-Love Fan Awards, another Dev Awards type of thing.
The same old.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, they do an amazing job in their spaces, but in that process, they leave out a lot of artists and a lot of really great music. And so, you know, I think this year we had just really quick, and don't want to go off.
Yeah, who's on the next big thing? I want to know that, because I was digging through storage for my Christmas tour. I have a bajillion Christmas themed things for the tour, but I was digging through storage and I found this.
Okay.
I found this old lump.
Oh, look at that.
Metal
well,
right
why was
here.
that in storage?
Oh, okay. Now it's not. Never. It's always gonna be on my mantle.
That needs to be displayed always.
Well, where do I have the display? I've got.
I'm sorry. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I don't have my studio yet, but I'm gonna put that in Blake's studio.
There you go. I'm just giving you a hard time. That was really rude of me.
You're good. I was like, oh my gosh. It's forever.
Cool thing. Show that again. I haven't seen that in a while, because I'm not lying to you, Grace. Mine is in a box as well in the garage. So we're all together.
Okay. Jeez,
I don't have it anywhere here.
I don't have one, so
yeah. There, look at that. That was. There's only like 20 of those in the world. They were really well produced by a local.
They were good job.
A local machinist. I don't know what you call him. A metal artist.
Yeah, but and then Laverdiere won the next year.
Yes.
He is my tour manager, and he's literally.
What?
I think he.
I didn't know that. No.
You know, he's been opening for me for like the last four, like not.
Well, I just thought he was just friends.
No, he tour manages.
Okay.
I let him open.
Okay.
And he plays in my band, and it makes it all worth it for me, because we do it. So we did it all year this last year. We're actually going to get matching tattoos, because we did like four. This will be our fourth round on the road together, and then next year. He, I mean, I need him like really badly on my team forever. So he's going to open again for the full year, and
very cool.
We're doing the Grace of God tour, so a little more worship-esque. But yeah, so I can't.
He just, I don't know if you knew this. He just signed to NRT Music.
I did know that.
So we're going to be working with him quite a bit this year.
Get ready.
Yeah. All right, Jake, you want to take us through next big thing? Because Grace won this in, this was the 10th annual, right? So about 3 years ago, is it?
22, I think.
That was the event that we had in Memphis.
Yep.
And the entire, 2021.
Oh,
no, but that was, 2021. 2022, does it say the 10th or the 9th on there?
10th.
Doesn't say anywhere?
Oh, it says the 10th.
The 10th. Okay, yeah. So that was the year before COVID. Or that was the year, like, whatever. Nobody cares.
Well, what's crazy is I started in COVID and then like moved to Nashville, and you guys nominated me for this.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I have a shot.
Let's go. All right, Jake, take us through the nominees now of this year's next big thing.
So this year's next big thing is Believers, which is another friend of
yours.
So you're just recruiting.
Me. He lives right.
Are you serious?
You didn't know he lives with me?
No.
Jordan is my roommate.
People are going to think this thing is rigged.
Oh my gosh. Jordan's my roommate.
Awesome.
It's like the Grace Graber Mafia for the next big thing award.
She's slowly taking us over. We don't even know it.
Who else do I know on the list?
So there's Cody Towell.
I love Cody.
Yeah.
Hannah Barr.
Does he live with you too?
No. He lives down the road, but he doesn't live with me.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Come here.
Hannah
Come say
Barr,
hi.
Hopeful,
say
and
hi.
Jordan Merritt before this gets out of hand.
Oh no! Hi, how are you? This is one
said,
half
"How
of
are you?"
Believers.
I'm
Yes.
good. How are you doing?
Believers, yes.
Hey,
It's me.
congratulations
that's
on your.
Jordan.
He can't hear us, but congratulations on your nominee.
Congrats on your nominee.
Thank you.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, love you. Okay.
Now get out. This is my moment.
Sorry.
it's like, I have
Grace
no idea
Graber
what it is.
in a nutshell. No, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
Hannah Barr was where we left off.
Hopeful, the band, and then.
Oh my gosh,
Jordan
I love Hopeful.
They're so good.
Who else?
Merritt. Jordan Merritt.
I don't know who that is.
Yes.
through
See,
people
I
and
love
songs.
that reaction. That's why we do the We Love Awards right there. You got to go check them out. Jordan Merritt is with People and Songs, which is
Okay.
like a worship collective. But he writes just incredible music. Guys, go check out the song Scary and go check out the song. Oh, I've forgotten it now, but Scary. Oh, it's so good. You have to go listen to it. Yeah, so those are our next big thing artists
Love
this
it.
year.
Love it.
Really cool. Human is the other song. So Scary and Human. And then let's talk about, Grace, we talked about your category. You do have Jordan Fleas, which you knew about. Forrest Frank. Nobody cares.
That's crazy.
They don't. No. Tarian and Unspoken. So you've got a tight category. But
Okay.
here's the deal. Your fans vote. And so you've got a shot just like anybody else. Have a couple
see.
pizza
Yeah.
parties.
No, I'm gonna push it for sure. You know, it's funny is my chiropractor. He's actually the lead singer of Unspoken's brother.
What?
So I went in there and I was like, "Hey, I'm up against your brother,"
Oh, there you go.
and he
Grace-
said he was gonna vote for me. Just kidding.
Jake, Grace is like the Kevin Bacon of Christian music.
Kevin
I think so.
Bacon.
What?
You've never heard about the
I'm
6
everywhere.
degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yes, 6 degrees of Grace Graber.
If I could be in a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special,
Right?
oh my god.
Amazing. All right, we're gonna close out here in a couple minutes. If you're just watching, voting is now open, and we are giving one person. Grace, we're having this massive celebration this year. You were part of our event in Memphis, which was really cool. Okay,
Visible,
think that
yeah.
event times like 30. It
Okay.
is going to be in the factory in Franklin, Tennessee.
I
A
live right
1,000
down the
seat
street.
room. Yep.
Love-
Liberty Hall. Full production, red carpet. It's going to be just amazing, and you'll be involved. You'll be there, and it's going to be super cool. So you
Kevin,
can get.
the question is, are you ready for it?
No, I have no idea what I'm. I have absolutely no idea what I said yes to.
And hey, Kevin, if she brings her house, it'll be about half full by the time. There's half our audience right there.
Yeah, get all your friends to buy tickets, and we're sold out, Grace. We're good.
Will do.
WeLoveAwards.com. You can vote and get those tickets as well. But we are going to give a pair or two people are going to win an all expense paid trip to Nashville. We're flying you out, hooking you up with a hotel, doing the car rental thing, and giving you the VIP treatment at the show. So it's going to be super cool. Grace, before we go, let's talk about Song of the Year and Album of the Year.
Okay.
And these are kind of the big categories. And so Song of the Year, let me know if any of these are new to you as well. Okay. Brandon Heath, Scars.
Mm-hmm.
CeCe Winans, That's My King.
Mm-hmm.
You got Forrest Frank featuring Connor Price, Up.
Mm-hmm.
Josiah Queen, The Prodigal. And Tarian, Honestly, We Just Need Jesus. Some heavyweight songs there.
I mean, they sound like the category.
Yeah. It's the songs of the year. I think it's going to be, I don't know. I think if I'm going to choose, not to put my bias on it, but Brandon Heath, Scars, it tears me up every single time.
Yeah.
That is just an emotional punch of a song. I also heard Tarian's Honestly We Just Need Jesus, where she like shames us all for being on our phones in verse 1. And I'm like, okay, she's going right there. Here we go. And this is going to be it. So that's a great song. But I definitely think Forrest Frank and Josiah Queen, we just wanted to put them head to head and let them just like duke it out and see who wins.
Yeah, but also I think I have to agree with you about Brandon Heath. The reason why is he's been doing it way longer than both of them.
Yeah.
And he's got a more, I mean, I guess people my mom's age would recognize his name a lot easier than, they wouldn't know immediately until they heard the song. So I have to feel like I know Josiah Queen, Forrest Frank, like I think they'll win everywhere else, but like I mean, I don't know. I think Brandon might take that. Like,
we'll see. Okay. All right. There's a big prediction. I think I was going to ask you something. And do you know Brandon? That's what I was going to ask you.
No,
do you know
but
Brandon Heath?
I saw him in concert when I was like 16 once. And it was a good time. Britt Nicole opened for him.
Nice. Yeah, we're trying to get him out to the show. So
my roommate, Bay, speaking of Terry and Brandon, Bay Turner is my roommate as well.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And he
How big is your house?
It's an apartment, and there's 3 bedrooms, and then we host a million artists. Like, we're the hub that it's like, do you need a place to stay? Stay with us. Like, if you've thought of the band, they've probably stayed on my couch. But Bay just did a single, a little promo for him. Did a single with Tyrion, brand new. And then he's also signed to the label with Brandon and
he's on Centricity. Mm-hmm. He was on the short list for New Artist of the Year, but just didn't have the traction yet. And so maybe next year, next year he'll get in there. Oh, sorry, I know, but he's only got one song out, so he's getting there.
Yeah, no, he's
Jake,
getting there.
Do you want to take us through Album of the Year and then we'll close?
Album of the Year. I don't think we've talked about him at all today. Brandon Heath, the 8. Forrest Frank, haven't talked about him either. Child of God, brand new here. Jordan Fleece, still haven't. These are all people we haven't talked about yet.
Talked about him a lot.
Jordan Fleece, Everything Good. Terry and Give It Time, and then We Are Messengers, Where the Joy Is, are all Album of the Year.
So those are the 2 big categories, I think. And we talked tonight, Jake. We talked about a dozen categories or so. There's 22 categories total. 74 total artists are nominated across all those categories, and 23 of those are independent artists. And so we've got almost a good solid third of our artist nominees are independent, which is super cool.
74 artists you said are nominated?
Yes.
Which one's your favorite, Kevin?
How dare you?
You don't have to answer that.
I think that's a great question. I think, here's the deal. There are certain songs throughout the entire year that I hear, and because I'm just always in We Love Awards mode throughout the entire year, I just click in the back of my mind going, that's it. And I know we just talked about it. Brandon Heath, his album, The Ache, is incredible. CeCe Winans, also just really, I love her album.
Yeah.
It was
I haven't listened to it, but
you will love it.
I know that's my king. I know that chorus from TikTok. Yeah.
Well, here's why you'll love it, because I think it's a lot like what you are bringing to your genre, CeCe is bringing to worship. Fun, bright, vibrant, happy, joyful, and so much worship is just so reflective, and it's so. I mean, it is what it is supposed to be. I mean, we're worshiping God in the moment. It should be holy, but we just don't have a lot of fun worship.
Yeah.
And praise, whatever you want to call it, and that's CeCe's entire album.
She's
it's
like
really
gospel, but
really good.
It's like gospel that is good for all audiences. I feel like classic gospel, because Bay listens to classic gospel, and I'm like, whoa, that's whoo, But she makes it palatable, where it's even in those really powerful moments, it's not like not like a different culture almost, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it's good. And then the other one that I do have to mention, and I'm glad we kind of snuck it in there, was Crowder's Grave Robber. Yeah. An incredible song, but it did come out last year. But then he came out and did a version with Zach Williams, and so we're like, perfect. So he's nominated. They're nominated for Collaboration of the Year because that song is just killer.
Where's Brandon Lake in all of these nominations?
He got nominated once this year.
Because he got nominated for 20 Doves or something like that.
We just did in fact, your good friend Braden, who works for us, and we're gonna close with him here.
Okay.
He just did an article on New Release Today about Green Room Revival. Did you see this, Jake?
Yeah, he told me about it. I didn't see it yet.
Green Room Revival. It's probably Grace. She's probably running the account.
No.
It's some unknown Nashville person.
I'm not that funny.
No, that's just like skewering Christian music. Like totally no boundaries. Like just
not a
skewering
one. Not
they
a
had
one.
They had a post congratulating Brandon Lake on the GMA Dev Awards, and it's just 10 slides of him winning every single category, and it's just hilarious because he's digressing in age, and so then you have like
funny.
Teenage Brandon Lake winning, baby Brandon Lake winning.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
All right, let's wrap here talking about what you did to our boy, Braden. So Braden is a good contributor of the site. He is our database manager. I know he's watching right now. And he is our database manager, kind of runs all, if you're looking at any of the new releases or artist stuff, he's behind it. And he also hosted our Dev Awards red carpet this year, so you can go see him. He had the most beautiful, gorgeous locks. Like, speaking of Brandon Lake, it was amazing. And from a dude to a dude, it was like on par.
It was impressive. And, I'll give you that.
It was impressive.
When they said "be like Jesus," he took it literally.
No, you're right, Jake. He right. Really did. Yeah,
it's true story. Now he's just like this. You took him into the barber and you helped him out. Yes. What's the story behind this?
Well, he's going through a breakup. I hope he's okay with me mentioning that. And he went to a video shoot for More Than a Miracle. Me and Jonathan Cyphers invited him to just help us make sure the camera was running. It was also the day of the suicide prevention awareness walk. But we were talking, and I'm like, dude, it just sounds like a new chapter in your life. Like, you should get, as a joke, I kind of just was like, you should chop it all off and like just start fresh everywhere. And he was like, honestly, this is the most I've ever been open to that.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, well, we're going to take this and we're going to run with it. And we did a Grace Graver glow up. And me and another artist that was in town staying on my couch, Ben Lawrence, we took him to the barber. He had never been to like a fancy barber like that. And like, we just spoiled him, made him feel like 110%. Like, it was just fun to like help teach someone, especially we're talking about like even my sound earlier. It's like it's important that we have people in our lives to teach us how to be ourselves, because Hawk Nelson taught me how to do that. And if Jason wasn't a part of that, like originally, like I wouldn't have learned how to be completely myself, because it was the video blogs of him, doing a Jim Carrey joke or just something like that, where he was so undeniably himself. And so it was really such an honor that Braden would trust me to take him, pamper him, and show him who I feel like we all see that part. We've always seen Braden like that. Like, we've always seen him like that. And so I think the coolest part was him getting his hair cut off, and we taught. I was like, okay, let's find you your style. Like, what are we feeling? Like, he'd never kind of thought about that, and kind of helping him express himself on the outside. And so to see the confidence after, like, we took headshots.
He looked great.
He left. Yes,
Braden, you looked good. I know you're watching. I know this is weird us talking about you. The greater message, Grace, is you really helped a friend. And just be there for him. And so thank you for doing that for one of our own. And honestly, it just sounds like that's who you are. You're just a very giving, loving person to a lot in the community. And we're glad we nominated every single one of your friends.
Yes, and now Joseph O'Brien next. Joseph O'Brien next. Like,
that's right. Yes.
Ready for him to have some more stuff out.
I know. We need it. We need it.
Come on.
Well, Jake, you want to close this down?
Yep. Well, so I've got two things. First, in running with our theme, we've done this so far. I'm going to take a different approach than we took with Adam and Josh. We had Adam Agee on, the Stellar Cart.
Oh my God. You mean one of my heroes. Okay.
Yes, one of mine too. Sorry, I felt I had to mention that. But one of the best moments is, this is kind of both an artist and the fan connection, was introducing you to Jason. First time in person to announce that song. And we gave a pre-leak to that one. And that was a truly special moment. Just that connection of the song is about your story and why you're doing everything that you're doing right now, but also just that connection to see him, to have that first, face-to-face conversation. I mean, it was still online and everything, but it was truly special. So that was one of my highlights of this last year, and excited to see this album nominated.
Thank you for making that happen too. And what's cool is like I feel like you were a part of like Jason getting press again, and like it's been so cool to like do a podcast and then see him like do the podcast a week later.
I don't know where Kevin went. He must have just said, "Yeah, the heck with this. I'm out."
Well,
no, here he is back. I thought you said you were done. All of a sudden you dropped out.
Super annoying. Sorry.
So the other thing that I've got to mention is the Hody Award. So we still have that category to announce.
Hody?
The host of the year. I've got Mr. Rhett Walker, the introducer, and I lost my cable. The guy who introduced the Hody Award. He couldn't be here tonight in person or online here, but I had to bring the Hody Award with us here. So we still have that category to announce this year. And Kevin's rolling his eyes, but I'm good with it.
We can't announce that, but we will be announcing that soon on who's hosting our ceremony in April. We know it. We can't announce it. It's going to be an amazing CCM legend. That's just really going to be fun, and it's going to help us celebrate all the nominees, all the winners of the 13th annual, 13 years. We Love Christian Music Awards. So there it is. Grace, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And now we just turn the reins over to you all. We did our work. We put all the work in. We think we have selected a lot of great artists, and now it's up to kind of the Christian music fans. So go vote, weloveawards.com. You got 8 weeks to do it. Vote as many times as you want. Every vote counts.
And vote for Grace Graber.
There you go. Vote for Grace Graber.
Every time.
You're in the first categooo too, Grace. So you're like
right there.
Oh,
really? I haven't looked at the website yet.
Yep.
So it's like boom.
Boom. That's it.
Grace Graber. Woo! That's hefty.
Yeah, go check it out, and then get your tickets to our ceremony in April. And if you can't go, we'll let you know how you can watch it here in the coming months. So, Jake, thank you so much tonight. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for putting this together. And I said we were just so excited that just to announce this, we couldn't keep it a secret anymore. So, Kevin, thanks for making this happen. Grace, thanks for hopping on. Good luck, and here we go.
Here we go. All right, everybody, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, and that looks